I know what you're thinking. A new video on laser cutting and engraving with the Atom Stack A5 Pro? This thing is so old that it can now only be purchased on Alibaba.com. Well, dear viewer, I did promise quite a while ago I would make some more videos and tutorials on laser cutting and engraving. I intend to make some more videos on the Atom Stack, while she's still here. Well, that did not age well.
They think I'm dumb.
But here I am with a video on laser cutting and engraving. So if you're in the market for one of these tabletop laser cutters and engravers, the good news is they haven't changed very much in the design from when you're looking at the new products today. You still have your high wattage laser attached to a basic aluminum frame and a few new features and sensors like flame detection, which honestly could have been useful. For a manufacturing point of view, these tabletop laser cutters lack a lot of features which one would expect when you're purchasing a machine. And you'd want a machine to create reliable, repeatable, and quick parts, which these tabletop laser cutters and engravers simply lack. They're very basic in nature. So if you do purchase one of these lasers, there are some basic design changes you might want to consider. Plus, these changes won't have you pay next month's rent to get this bundle or this add-on, which companies are offering as a method to prey on first-time purchasers of laser cutters and engravers who might not know what they need in a cutter or engraver. So what's the first thing to do? Well, as you see with the Atom Stack A5 Pro, these tabletop laser cutters and engravers, by nature of their design, just sit on top of your material. This can be bad because it can lead to movement due to the vibration or the acceleration of the laser and can cause your cut lines not to line up when it's going on cut pass number 2, or when you finish an etching after a long amount of time and then you're going to run a cut and the cut begins to go into a etch. So a stable frame is needed. You'll see on the metal frame, look for any holes that you might have and are not being used. I had 4 holes on each corner of the frame that were open. So I decided to go ahead and build a wood frame around the laser's frame, and I would use a metal to wood screw to attach the base of the frame to the aluminum extrusion of the laser. This edge was added to house the sacrifice MDF board on top of it and also sandwich in between the frame of the laser cutter. It's very important, you shall see. With the frame built, the next issue to address is how the material gets aligned to the laser. This can be a tedious process to try to eyeball if the laser is following the edge of the material and you're creating a separate file for the maximum laser bed size. And for a manufacturing point of view, we would need to take a stock cut of wood, align it quickly to the laser so that we ensure we're not wasting time with setup and trying to do this whole process. So I came up with a frame guide, which I just cut out on the laser cutter, and I etched the origin with 10mm increments upwards from the 0. So once you cut out these corner brackets, you can quickly align your material with the laser's head origin. But what's the trick? How are we going to align these brackets? Well, my friend, I actually created the file with these brackets to create an etch on the sacrifice MDF board so that once we etch it out onto the sacrifice MDF board, we can quickly align with the laser's origin and put the other bracket at the maximum bed size of your laser. So with our etch in place, we can align our brackets to the edges and manually install them, so that now I can just throw on my pre-cut stock wood on the laser cutter, press it against these brackets, and you're automatically aligned. It's just that easy. Here is the finished laser cutter with the bed frame that allows me to clamp it to the workbench securely and will not move. Here's an overview of the guides installed on the Sacrifice MDF board. I actually did not see AtomStack offer any sort of aligning brackets in any of their bundles or add-ons, so let me know in the comments if there are some and you use them. But honestly, my brackets allow me to load material very quickly, where I'm just programming and then hitting start and going. I mean, it's fast, like barely any setup at all now. It's just so quick.
Well, I put that together from context.
Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment below. What are some upgrades you've made to your laser cutter and engraver? Check out my links, which are listed in the description of this video. I hope your laser cutting and engraving turns out awesome, and I'll see you all in the next video.